All right, quiet on the set at the whiteboard with Coach Atsushi. One shot, one kill. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Atsushi. Let's start with a little bit of maybe not everybody knows about your background and how you ended up at One World.
Background, competitive judo since I was a kid. Qualified and traveled with World Junior Traveling Team with people like Manny Gambarian and Ronda Rousey. That was a good experience. I'm originally from Chicago. Came out here to train at San Jose State for college. Graduated and qualified for the Olympic trials while I was training there. I got introduced to One World through a buddy of mine who I trained with at San Jose State. He and actually John Fitch held a grappling clinic here when this place first opened. Before there was even CrossFit. It was primarily just martial arts.
Way back in the day.
Like all this did not exist. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Before John Fitch was really big, he held the wrestling part of the seminar, and me and my buddy did the judo part. Mike Prudential, the guy who runs the jiu-jitsu program, wanted a judo guy to supplement the jiu-jitsu. He knew I was available and called me up, and I started teaching judo and jiu-jitsu here.
When did you start doing it? When did you start doing the CrossFit thing?
I was actually here. Here I was teaching a judo class, and funny we were mentioning we haven't done the Filthy 50 in a while. That's actually the first workout I ever saw anybody doing. I was teaching a class, and then they were doing the Filthy 50 on the side. I saw people doing jumping pull-ups, and I was like, dude, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But
50 of them sucks balls, though.
Yeah, I know. It's stupidest looking thing, but it's horrible at the same time. And but I've always been kind of a meathead. I always spent a lot of time in the gym lifting weights. I was kind of hobby. I did like bodybuilding on the side as a hobby outside of off the mat, and I saw people lifting weights, and I was like, I'll try this CrossFit thing out. And
I think a lot of us that came over from like the grappling or the contact sports were working out like at 24-hour fitness to supplement our stuff, and we're all doing like the bodybuilding thing, right?
For sure.
The bodybuilding style of training.
Isolation, all that.
So I think it's interesting that you came from the judo background, so you definitely had a state of conditioning when you came into CrossFit. Like you were a little bit better conditioned than the average person walking in off the floor.
Definitely better leg up.
And as I would say, like I've seen you since you started, you had to jump on other people. So you did very like okay at it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Same like with me. Like I was okay at it right from the get-go. It wasn't like I had an 8-minute friend when I started. You know what I mean?
No.
So definitely an advantage there, correct? So what would you say to like if you were like to give somebody some advice that doesn't have that background, like, and they get like the frustration side of it, or they like, why don't I have why aren't I doing these thrusters and pull-ups yet? Unbroken.
That's something I run across all the time because I run fundamental programs at one other gym, and I teach at another CrossFit gym, and especially with CrossFit exploding, I mean, you see people see stuff that these guys are doing on ESPN, and like, I want to do that, but we have so many people that come in here that I can't even do like a box step up, and I tell people right off the get-go, don't compare yourself to anyone that you see here, because primarily, even though it's getting bigger and we have a lot more demographics coming in, it primarily caters to people that have had athletic backgrounds and are already have been training their whole lives. So it's the best thing to do as somebody who doesn't have any of that, is to really just focus on themselves. You can be motivated by people and be like, I really want to do that one day, but don't compare yourself to anybody right off the bat, especially if it's obvious when somebody comes in that So I say, don't worry about them. You got to worry about yourself. Be better than who you were yesterday, and don't get too carried away with it.
Cool. So you mentioned that so basically you're coaching at 3 gyms.
Yeah,
right?
3 gyms.
So that's
CrossFit gym whore. I guess
You're like a Ronin instructor, like a masterless samurai.
Yeah.
So you're coaching down in Sunnyvale.
Yeah, CrossFit East Sunnyvale at the AKA affiliate. I just got offered a gym. I started coaching at CrossFit Milpitas last month.
And then of course here at One World.
Of course here at One World.
So like Milpitas, CrossFit Milpitas is Austin was formerly a coach here also. So what's it like been going to like like 3 different gyms, and I'm sure it's like 3 different cultures, right?
Yeah, different cultures for sure. You definitely get a good idea of the variety of like mentalities when it comes to training for sure. You got a place like One World that's been around for a while, and I mean we're strength biased like you said, and one of the first vlogs, where we have structured strength and conditioning, and you go to a place that's a little bit more traditional CrossFit, just definitely something different every day. It's kind of cool to get just to see different.
Well, it's also good for you, like just in your becoming a better trainer.
As a
right?
trainer, yeah, it definitely helps me as a trainer because I have to deal. I don't get stuck in my comfort zone. Not to say that's a bad thing, especially if you're at home in the gym, but I definitely have a little bit more experience with dealing with different types of athletes and people and atmospheres. So.
Cool. So you're coaching. Basically, you recently had, just like China, it's some good news. You quit your job.
Good news. Quit. Yeah, I was a bartender for 4 or 5 years, and started to go downhill with my attitude towards that. Nothing wrong with bartending, but definitely started to get really burnt out, and I loved being in the gym. And thanks to Austin at CrossFit Milpitas, he gave me an opportunity. So with 3 gyms combined, definitely not making what I did as a bartender, but I'm not miserable. I love coaching in the gym. Like
so if we were to do, you're training. How much would you say that you train a day, and how many days a week training wise?
I train 5 days a week. 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. Average is 3 hours a day.
Right. And with the goal, obviously, you are trying to be a competitive games athlete.
Yes. Games are a little beyond right now. It's not impossible, but I'm definitely trying to make it to the next level, qualifying for the regionals, which is definitely no small feat, especially with the NorCal region.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So, typical day in the life of Atsushi. Let's pick a training day, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
All right, okay. So, are you a crack of the dawn? Like I asked China, are you a crack of the dawn kind of guy?
No, hell no. Hell no, man. No way. Kind of the same deal. Same deal. We're definitely in the gym a lot at later hours, so it's all relative. So we actually wake up later. The only time I actually get up at the ass crack of dawn is when I teach a 6:30 a.m. class on Thursdays. That's about it. I train early in the morning. I don't know how people do that.
And I would say you're a little different than China in that I think that you take in more calories than she does. You're like a world-renowned eater.
Oh, world-renowned eating, yeah. I'm becoming famous for that. I don't know if I take in more than she does because I've seen her eat too.
Yeah. Do you follow any strict diet?
No, not super strict right now. I'm gonna have to drop some weight for the Open. When that happens, it'll be more of a kind of when I do follow anything strict, I do the CrossFit football diet. I really like that that approach to eating, earning your carbs and all that. So when I have to drop some weight, I'll probably be a little bit more true to that. But right now, nothing crazy. I definitely avoid gluten and soy though, or I try to.
Right.
I try to.
All right, cool. And then let's finish it up with one of your little side endeavors. Is that some people may not know about you is. You're a guitarist for Trash Cannon?
Yeah, lead guitarist for a crust punk thrash band, whatever you want to call it, called Trash Cannon.
And you perform on stage in a cowboy hat, a vest, and Daisy Dukes. Those aren't cutoffs, dude. Those are Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes, whatever you want to call them.
And is it true that you were going to do an open workout with those Daisy Dukes?
Yes.
On video?
I guess we're sealing the deal now. Huh? Why not?
And you are going to start the CrossFit. What's your?
Oh, Rockstar. Yeah, the
CrossFit Rockstar. Your specialty.
Yeah, CrossFit Rockstar is a specialty seminar. That I'm gonna try to pitch to HQ. There's a whole thing on it on the website. Broke it down.
Next Trash Cannon gig. Want to pump it?
Oh yeah, I bump it. Actually, there's a new live music venue opening up in San Jose called Back Bar. The guys who do San Jose Rock Shop are opening a 21 and over venue, and that's opening Black Wednesday actually in 2 weeks or next Wednesday. So Trash Cannon's gonna be headlining that show. So
sweet.
Anyone wants to check out Meathead guitars, playing, being on stage. I'm kind of the mascot for that, man. But,
Sweet.
yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing the interview, and I love that just for the sake of getting this under one take, that we both sat and watched a guy get crushed by a bench press.
Yes, I know. I think that's a lot. That takes a lot of discipline on our part.
Yeah,
to not
right.
Go over there.
We're professionals.
Yeah,
we didn't
we're
even go over there and
professionals.
help him. He just
Yeah,
sat
we
there
did.
with that
I
on
was
his
just like, hey, bro,
chest.
can you get him? That was pretty awesome.
Good eye though. We had a good
Yeah,
eye. We saw it.
I saw it.
We just didn't do anything about it. Sweet. One world out.